just want to do a little garden update. For one, I want to point out, well, I think that's a nice little morning glory. It's too bad that I don't have more. I had put a good little number of them, but we really didn't get any just in here. I just moved this pot up a little bit out of the shade. He was a little shaded back about a foot, and it's a lot more shady, just a foot in. And it's a little bit better here, but I put lilies in there. It's interesting because there was a whole bunch of lily beetles, and they decided not to eat my lilies because I decided not to do anything with them. I just left them, and they knew I was leaving them, so they left them alone. And they started eating other things that were just around in the vicinity. I saw a whole bunch of things, even the oaks. See, look, they're even eating oak leaves. I don't know if these are the ones, but I would guess that they are the ones who eat this, because everything in this area got chewed except for the, that was cool. I was happy. I was like, yay, they're so friendly. So that's, try to use a peace offering might be a good way to go about how you take care of these guys. But again, these, I didn't get too many. I want a lot of coleus. I didn't really get too much. It's just kind of here and there. I know a Karen came in here and attacked my coleus. They might have thought it was basil, and they're like, we don't want any more basil around here, and because they're Karens. And I know I planted some basil in the garden, and they pretty much eradicated everything I planted in this. I planted a lot of different. It was a really nice garden at one time, and it's really not anymore. And other lamers took it over, but they really just know how to put in annuals from the store, drop them in there and have them be overcrowded with weeds. That's about all they can do in the garden, and very little. There's still some things that I planted are still dwindling alive, but initially it was just good and done. There was no room for weeds, and there were no weeds, and if there was anything to do, just a little bit, and it was nice and good. But that's the Karen is dangerous, and they're everywhere. This is the least of what they do. They're everything else is horrible. They're doing it. But yeah, I want to point this out. This is a tree of heaven, and I just knocked it down. It's over there. Just see, it's like right there. You can see that, but it's cut. There's two, and I took it down. But already, it's got this. See, they're really great builders. Because I would say this tree of heaven, although this is it's a very good size, and this is like 7. This is about 5 feet off the ground, so it's a little thicker at the base. But I would say it's only 5 years old, maybe. I don't really think you can count the rings. If you're a tree guy, you can count rings, but I think a lay person would have a difficult time. What are you counting? There's so many different layers, I would think. I don't know. But I'm going to guess it's only about 5 years old. And it's very large. They grow rapidly. And but look how quickly this fungus is already taking it. It was just chopped in 1 year, and it's already got the fungal life going, because usually a freshly dead tree not going to be so quick to take fungus, but this one is very quick. That's why I say it's very good. They're very cool. I like them. They're very good for enriching the earth. They're a good plant. I like them. It's interesting. We got the lantern flies. They're pretty much all disappeared now, but we have a whole bunch of very, very robust tunnel spiders, which I think that kind of answers that question. Where are they going? I know they're leaving. They're kind of like migrating away, probably because they know the tunnel spiders are onto them. And it's interesting. The tunnel spiders are huge. They're big, and they got really big really quick. There's also, we have these what do you call them? Painted wasp, white-faced moths. I forget what they're called. The little white. I introduced them in here. They because they're on the smartweed, and I put them in with some smartweed stalks. I saw these little globules on there, and they were little wasp eggs, pupas, whatever. And now we have a whole bunch, and they're good because they actually go after them too. So between the wasps and the tunnel spiders, the lantern flies, kind of there are not so many. There was so many everywhere. There were so many, and now there's really not many. I do see them in the places where they kind of follow me around. And I see them following me around, like, because I'm on foot, and they kind of frequent the places I frequent. It's interesting, but I'm like their little comfort. But yeah, there was yeah, actually I mixed up this brew for fertilizer. It's really good. It works awesome. I'm happy. It has